Smallpox and leprosy coming through our back door. Smallpox and leprosy coming in our country.
Biden!
Racist mobs do! Immigrants don't cause trouble! Racist mobs do! Immigrants don't cause trouble! Racist mobs do! Immigrants don't cause trouble! Racist mobs do!
Why are they jumping the line from legal immigrants that have to wait decades? Legal immigrants have to wait decades! Decades!
Will not comply! We, the people, 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 will not.
From Park Slope, he basically told them that they had to surrender and retreat, and we marched in the streets for Blue Lives Matter. The first line of defense. You can't have free speech. You can't have a democracy where everybody has their opportunity to make a difference unless you support the police who protect everybody, whether they agree with them or they don't agree with them. That's the American way. Saw people who are here to interrupt our ability at free speech. They have a right of free speech here to do. This is America. They have a right to say whatever they want to say. We have a right to say whatever we want to say, but it's to be done peacefully. Let's give a round of applause for the First Amendment, which makes this country so different. And most importantly, this crowd is a Blue Lives Matter crowd. Let's give an extended salute and applause to the NYPD.
Immigration. Children across the street from unvetted military-aged men of all races. Again, they have to bring that up. I saw in the Staten Island Advance, out of a picture, the majority of the people getting off there, migrants, are white. So tell me, what the F are we talking about?
They're no good.
It's called a country. It has borders, and if you do not enforce it, there are no laws, there are no borders, and there is no country. So good people standing here, you are the line. You are the country. You have people trying to infiltrate our whole entire country and the way it works. But they're never going to get past us. Keep the fight alive, guys.
Marana, man. They've been working round the clock at that senior citizen long-term home. They plan to move 200 single, able-bodied men into that facility. Guess what? Over all dead bodies! Over all dead bodies! We'll stop you in St. John Villa. We'll stop you in Midland Beach. We're going to stop you in every community because you're doing this under the cloak of darkness. No transparency. You want us to pay the taxes. You want us to go and vote you back in. Eric Adams, you're a one-term mayor. One-term mayor. I hope to die. We will never put migrants in the empty St. John Villa Academy. Remember that? June 14th. 2 months later, they stabbed you in the back. And when I showed up Wednesday, there were 4,000 demonstrators there, all of them who felt forsaken by their local officials, Republican and Democrats, and this guy, the swagger man with no plan, Eric Adams. It took me a half hour to get to the podium. People said, Curtis, we should have believed you in May. I had the information. My wife Nancy, when she is an e-attorney, she does the deep dive. She goes through layers of paperwork and bureaucracy. She finds the truth. At WABC, we broadcast the truth. Socialist. He won't even mention their name. He won't name and shame the socialists. He won't name and shame Biden. I want to finish on this note. Eric Adams has told us story after story that just didn't check out. Unfortunately, a lot of people bought the narrative the first time. And he barely won the Democratic primary, and he beat me in the general election. Now, unfortunately, voters of all types are seeing the real fugazi, Eric Adams. He is a fugazi. He said, voluntarily, my staff has told me that as the general, I should set the example. Remember that? He said they told me that I should accept a few migrant families into Gracie Mansion.
They show you the mother holding a baby in a blanket crossing a river, but they don't show you the 95% of the men coming over. And that's what the media shows. We know the media has been against us for so long. It's just a matter of people educating themselves on seeing what really is happening. And Staten Island, now I know this is happening in Queens, in Brooklyn, and Long Island, we know. But I'm gonna say something positive here. What happened in Staten Island the other night, we had that rally Wednesday night with a couple of thousand people. We had it the next night. And they shut it down. They were gonna bring them in that night. I got inside information, and we stopped them from coming in that night because the people were peacefully in the fucking street.
To quote Eric Adams, there's so much noise that is going on. That is what's happening right now. They're trying to drown out logic with noise. You have people with different opinions. They're granted that right because this country's so effing good. That's why they're allowed to be here. In another area, their dictator would have beheaded them already and played bowling ball with their eye sockets and the thumb in the nose. Now, when we say we're going to meet real people in real places and minds, what do I mean? I mean, I've seen a lot more than just white people here, and they always play racism. I've seen Asian people. I've seen everybody, black people, people from Sri Lanka, people from China, people that immigrated here just a few years ago. This is a pro-immigration rally, make no mistake. It's legally done. Does our system need to be fixed a bit? Yes! Yes, it does. See? There's different opinions when you get past the noise where it all meets up. So yeah, we do need to fix some stuff. I'll be the first to say it. But the reality is, guys, overloading the system, having unvetted people come in, having prisons emptied in other countries so they can come in, having them bust around is a humanitarian crisis that we've created.
So as they call us racists and xenophobes, the people across the street elected the guy who lives on the other side of these two walls. See this fence, and there's another fence. Eric Adams, he don't want to build that wall, but he wants two fences around his house, so figure that one out, okay?
How about housing of migrants over there? Charity begins at home. Take care of us.
We're not here because we hate immigrants. In fact, we wouldn't be here if our ancestors weren't immigrants. What we're here to protest against is an unsustainable plan that none of us voted for, and we want all the immigrants we can that can make America the greatest place on earth, as long as they come in legally. Legally, that's all. That's all. I gave this analogy. If you left the back door of your house open by accident or even on purpose, you wanted a little air, and a whole bunch of illegal immigrants came in and sat down at your kitchen table, you wouldn't tell them, call your friends. You'd call the men in blue from the NYPD
and say, get these intruders out of my home. So Joe Biden's opened the back door. And also I want you to know, some of the illegal immigrants don't even know they're breaking the law. So keep that in mind when you focus your energy on one immigrant. Being told by the mainstream media, come on down, the price is right. Moment of silence for Bob Buckle. Guy's at 99. He didn't go over $1, you know, which was good. They arrested us, they fined us, they ticketed us. We did everything they could do, right? But in Staten Island, we know you got to punch a bully in the nose. So we fought him on the streets, we fought him on the law, we fought him in the media, and we got to take asymmetric warfare tactics on them too, okay? And the one thing we did was we had Mark Fonte and Lou Gelomino, two of the toughest, most patriotic lawyers you ever met, and they went into court time and time and time again and beat the mayor and beat the governor, and Staten Island won. We won. Look, we're here. We can get a drink, we can get a burger. There's no yellow zone, green zone, red zone. Why I'm here is, let me go back. I gave all the other disclaimers. For those of you who don't know me, I'm John Tobacco. I host a television show on Newsmax TV. Hopefully you're all flipping over to Newsmax. That's all I'll say about that. But I'm here today not as a news reporter. I'm here today as John Q. Citizen, John Tobacco, Staten Island, New Yorker. Freaking proud of it. Okay? And what I know is this. I looked at this villa, this situation in Staten Island. My mother went there, my kids went to the school across the street. I grew up in Midland Beach right next to the senior facility they closed down for migrants. So I'm not up here grandstanding. This shit is happening in my backyard and places that are near and dear and sacred to my heart. So I said it in Staten Island last week. This is not about 200 or 300 migrants in Villa. That's not what this is about. What this is about is, if you remember, 2 weeks to slow the spread. 2 weeks to slow the spread. It's just going to be 2 weeks and everybody's going to be fine. To get them out of the neighborhoods. So, Cardinal Dalton. This is a man that was loved in this city. We loved him. And if you listen, I heard him again today. It's the Christian thing to do, to put him in this school. Exactly, because it's about money. And it's selective Christianity that pisses me off. It's bad for Christianity. Oh, Christianity for them, but not Christianity for the little girls across the street. Or that little girl, 11 years old, that got raped and murdered. Did you hear that one? Where's the Christianity for our homeless veterans, Mr. Dolan? Where is the Christianity for the hundreds of thousands of kids? Where's the Christianity for the families of these kids dying from fentanyl? Yeah! Because of your Christianity for the open border. Go ahead. Tell the truth. Mr. Dolan, I've been to St. Patrick's Cathedral. Yeah. It's really big in there. There's a lot of space. Take them to the church. How dare you use selective Christianity? It's called hypocrisy. Tyranny. It's called money. The Christian church has so much against them, and we all stick up for you. Now, you're screwing us over with your selective Christianity. Well, we ain't gonna stand for it. God knows who the real Christians are.